So, what does it actually take to overcome a fear that's so powerful, so paralyzing, that even the thought of travel can cause a panic attack? Well, today we're going to look at the story of Ian, a guy who, after years of being totally grounded by anxiety, found a whole new way to finally conquer his fear of flying.
And this quote from Ian, it just says it all, doesn't it? For him, this wasn't some small thing, a minor inconvenience. It was a brick wall. The simple idea of booking a flight would trigger a full-blown panic attack. It literally grounded his life.
And this wasn't something new for him. Ian had been wrestling with this persistent anxiety for 8 long years. Just imagine having to carry that kind of weight with you every single day. And for the last 2 of those years, it had gotten so much worse. The anxiety had completely taken over his ability to fly. We're talking 2 full years without ever setting foot on a plane. So, after years of trying the more conventional methods and just feeling totally frustrated, Ian felt like he'd hit a dead end. He decided, you know what? It's time. Time to try a completely different path. Now, this is a really crucial part of his story. He'd already tried cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. And that's a pretty common approach, right? It focuses on consciously changing your negative thoughts. But for Ian, it just wasn't getting to the real root of the problem. And that's what led him to consider something else entirely, hypnotherapy. That's when he found Daniel Olson at the Orlando Hypnosis Center. And Daniel, he's got over 30 years of experience. He didn't just sell Ian on a quick fix. He actually took the time to walk him through the entire process, explaining how it all works to access the subconscious mind and reframe that fear. And that transparency, well, that was everything. It helped build the trust Ian needed to even take the next step. But, even when you have a clear plan and a guide you trust, taking that first step, that is always the hardest part. Ian was about to face this thing head on. I love this quote because it just so perfectly captures that internal battle. That little voice of anxiety, it's so persuasive, isn't it? It'll sell you every reason in the book why you shouldn't do something. But even with all that fear and his own skepticism, Ian committed. He walked into that first session. And look, this wasn't some kind of magic, one-and-done solution. The process started with that huge first session, sure, but then it was followed by a period of just navigating the change in his own mind. And all along the way, Daniel's ongoing support was key, kind of guiding him as his brain started to build these new, healthier connections. And all that commitment to the process, it led to a pretty profound shift. Ian started noticing changes almost right away, opening up a future he honestly thought was gone for good. And this was the breakthrough. The panic attacks that had been running his life for so long, they just stopped. It wasn't slow. According to Ian, the change was real and it was immediate. And the proof wasn't just a feeling inside his head. It was up in the sky. After 2 years of being completely unable to fly, Ian took 12 flights. 12 flights in just 2 months. That number, that says everything you need to know about the kind of transformation he went through. So what's the big takeaway from Ian's story? I think it's a really powerful reminder that when we're talking about our own nines, our own challenges, there's just no one-size-fits-all solution. What really matters is finding the specific path that works for you. Ian's own words kind of pose a question for anyone out there who might be feeling stuck. If the roads you already walked down haven't gotten you where you want to go, maybe it's worth looking at a path that comes at the problem from a totally different direction. So if Ian's journey strikes a chord with you, if you've tried different things without success, you might consider reaching out to the Orlando Hypnosis Center and learning what that process could look like for you.
You can find out more at danielolson.com.